So here's a UHD30 made by Optoma, streaming 4K off YouTube through a Apple TV 4K into a Marantz SR6011. All the cables are new, HDMI with the 18 gigabit speed. And here's with the dynamic black on, you can see ridiculous amounts of flickering. But when you go to turn it off, that flickering is immediately gone. Dynamic black will go back on, and flickering is going to come back because the light bulb within the projector is somehow not getting the right amount of voltage or something. From what I've read online, at least, that appears to describe the problem. See, right now dynamic black's still on, the flickering's it's not there yet, but it'll come back. Okay, there, it's starting to come back. A little bit of flickering. It's getting worse. Oh, now it's getting really bad, and you can probably start to see it in this iPhone video camera that I'm just using, an iPhone SE, nothing fancy, but very visible, very, very bad flashing now. Once again, I'll go dynamic black off, and the flickering goes away again. Dynamic black back on. Flickering slowly comes back due to whatever the chemical reaction is that happens within these high output lamps, somewhere within the electrical bulb itself. And what the dynamic black mode is doing is changing the amount of electricity that's going to that light bulb based on the scene. And it appears to, there it goes again, really bad flickering. Should be visible in the camera even. Unfortunately, the dynamic black improves contrast dramatically to where Optoma can claim they're having 500,000 to 1 contrast ratio. However, the feature is pretty much unusable, at least on Apple 4K. And I don't have any other 4K content to test this on. The Xbox One, when I'm using, the same YouTube or any other content, Blu-ray, doesn't appear to have as much of a problem. But then again, on some of the Blu-ray discs, I did see some flickering too. So as soon as you turn the dynamic black off, that flickering seems to go away in the Blu-ray discs. But then you lose the contrast, and it becomes really washed out image where all the grays and blacks sort of blend together. Yeah, so there's that really bad screen flickering. And then as soon as you turn dynamic black off, it goes away, but you lose all the contrast, unfortunately. Not sure if it's the bulb itself that's defective or a power source within the projector's electronics itself. I've tried switching the HDMI cable to be directly to the 4K Apple TV, bypassing the AV receiver, and have had no luck. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I could recommend the UHD30 because of this. And unfortunately, it's really the only 4K projector with any reasonable value, around $1,300. You've got ViewSonics around the same price point. BenQ's a little bit more. BenQ also uses the DLP technology, and the DLP bulbs are what seem to cause this. So if you use a LCD or laser projector, this should not be a problem. From what I understand, it's strictly related to the way the light bulbs work in DLP projectors, and in eco functions or dynamic black it seems to be the most problematic. That just was a video to kind of demo the UHD30 problem that I'm having, made by Optoma.